How's it going, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day, good week. I just want to go over a couple trades from today real quick. I'm just going to make this a quick little video lesson. So AITX was on watch for me, a recent runner. And it just continuous red days here, just kind of downtrending after this little run up. And this little bottom here at like 5 cents was a support level that I was watching for it to hold as it was kind of just downtrending for a possible turnaround. And yesterday, as you can see, it just kind of consolidated. It looks like it put in a bottom, and some people were buying it in here, in anticipating that first green day. But I don't like to anticipate a move. I'd rather wait for confirmation. So, and I understand because I used to do this a lot, to where I would try to anticipate a move, and a lot of times, I would stop out or get washed out in the morning or something stupid, and so I just kind of got sick and tired of it, and I just decided to wait for confirmation. And that's what my buddy Fatty always talks about too. He's don't anticipate moves, just wait for confirmation. That's a big thing of his. So I get that a lot from him. But in the morning, it tried to do, like the first minute. This is the really long wick here. That's the one thing I didn't like about this. But I just gave it time to kind of to play out and see what it was going to do, and tried to dip here. Couldn't break down below 51. Kind of put in a little double bottom here. That was just kind of grinding, back and forth between VWAP there in the morning. And so I took a position here, not too big, risking 51, and instantly we got the break, and was just basically just uptrending all day, all morning. But I hated these long candles here, these long wicks. It was holding trend and making higher lows, but I didn't really like the price action. And it just seemed like it was taking too long to just spike 10%. So I got really impatient, and I ended up just taking it off into the high of day break here, because it looked like it was going to come up and break when it perked up here, and then it kind of dipped, and then had that long wick that I didn't like, where it dropped all the way back down towards 53. And then started to grind back up. And once it broke, I was just like, yeah, I'm just over this. And so I just took my 6%, and just called it a day. But as you can see, it ran a lot higher than that. So all I had to do is have some patience. My main thing was just, give this time to play out, because it is the very beginning of a first green day, and this is how they can play out. Maybe not a schedule, like a steady gradual uptrend the way it did. Maybe it would have a dip, it would hold VWAP, consolidate for a little bit, then later on in the day you get that high of day break. Something where you can kind of add into your position, or whatever you want to do. This just grinded up all day, and so it was, it wasn't something I was willing to play later on. But definitely want to give these a little bit more time for that first green day, especially with how early I had it in the morning. And I really just bought it because it was failing to break down, and I liked this channel it put in here, and the risk reward was really good. And once it started to grind up and was making these higher lows, I was risking break even, and it was really just a stress-free trade. And the only thing I didn't like about it was these long wicks that it had, and how long it took to even just spike 10%. So I was just kind of over it, took my small win, and moved on. I was also in TAWNF. I anticipated, this was a play that I actually did anticipate. I bought it in here into the close, and I actually got a really good fill at 18.1. So just risking this 17.7-ish level. Just really just looking for like a multi-day breakout over 2. And then, it did have that high at 205. No, it should be 21.5. Let me see. Yes, yeah, 21.5 is the actual breakout level. It just has a lot of overhead resistance, and I think that's what's been holding it down. Um, but that's just something I was kind of looking at, trying to buy, and it still might be a good buy if we can get some volume and break through like that 19.4, and we'll have to test 205 and then 21.5 for the breakout. But I like that it put in a high. It did have a nasty gap down, but it consolidated, made some higher lows, grinded up, and now it's just kind of in a channel all day today. So this is a really nice consolidation day, I think. And if it breaks down, it's dead. If we get some volume and we perk through 19.4 on volume, I'll be interested. For sure, it's definitely something on watch for me. So I ended up just how I played it was anticipating that, because it did kind of curl and was holding. I have to go back now. Kind of like the 18 level, where it kind of spiked up here and then spiked up here again, grinded up, dipped, held 18, and dipped again. And it's not an exact science. Yeah, it was like 17.75, but it's close. And so it's basically proving 18 as support, and made a higher low today. So 18.5 basically support with a 19.5 kind of resistance level. So just a nice consolidation day. But I'm not anticipating anything. I'm not in this or anything like that. So I'm just waiting for confirmation, waiting for that 19.4 break. I will probably get a starter. See how it acts at 205, and then maybe add. Who knows? It just depends on how it plays out. So, but just something I have on watch, and I took a shot at it, and I stopped out here at like 17.7. No, 18.7. Sorry. Yeah, once it was consolidating. Go back into the 1 minute. We got a little gap up. We were just kind of consolidating and holding VWAP in here, and I was really expecting that 19.4 break right in here, and we ended just not getting it. It just kind of broke down, and I sold at the low that I put in here at 18.7. So I just wanted to make sure that I was either small green or break even on the trade, no matter what. So there was no risk whatsoever, and I wasn't going to stress about it later. And it did prove to just consolidate all day, so hopefully we'll get some movement on Monday. But those are just the two trades. A little week overview is for me was just I'm really happy with my position sizing and my executions. I'm really happy with like how I cut my losses really well, and I'm really sticking to my cut. My losses have all been super small. I think my biggest loss this week was like $38. So. And a couple of my wins were double the size, double that loss. So, a little bit of over trading in the beginning of the week, but I've definitely dialed it back the last few days, and so doing pretty good. I'm just kind of proud of my discipline and how I'm just kind of attacking the market right now, even though it's kind of slow, but it does seem to be heating back up a little bit. No real plays today, but there was a couple that I was watching, like ENZC. I don't know if I can type it. Just a pretty nice runner. You get like yesterday here, nice consolidation day. Then you get the high of day break over 19, and so in the morning this was really nice. I like this how it failed to break down, making some higher lows, held VWAP. Nice consolidation right here above VWAP, and then you get some volume and it takes off. It was just really nice to see like this move here, and then how it just continued to just grind higher. I thought about buying the dip here at VWAP, but I'm glad I didn't, because I would have got washed right out. And I just stopped watching it because I didn't know what it was going to do. Recently, this stock would probably just fade into the close. And I also thought it was up way too much too. Like, yes, it did have this consolidation day. So I guess that kind of counts, but to me, it's still a little overextended. It's up like 100% from, where it came from. So it was just something I personally just stayed away from. But this morning entry here, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I liked how it ran today, and it closed near its highs. Actually, it broke high of day, didn't it? Yeah, it broke here. Yeah, broke high of day, closed at the highs. AITX, I already showed you this one, but just the way this moved, it was slow in the morning, but it really kind of picked up some speed there later on in the day, and I liked that. I liked the volume, and I liked how we were able to just kind of run all day. So it gets me a little excited to see that hopefully things are going to start warming back up in OTC land. So I am definitely excited for next week for sure. One last thing, WNDW. It was just like a stock I checked out. Earlier, just as soon as I got home. It was something I had on watch for a morning panic dip buy. But I didn't really like. I mean, it did offer a pretty good move right here, and I was just in AITX and TAWNF, so I kind of just stopped watching this, unfortunately. And it happened, yeah, basically right when I left the house. So I'm surprised I actually didn't see this in the morning, but it did look like it put in a bottom today. So definitely going to keep this on watch. Dude does have some support here, and keeping on watch for just that momentum shift for screen day. Just one of the things I'm looking for on Monday. So that's basically it for me today. I made this video a little longer than I expected, but there it is. I hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Thanks.